Yes. See, in day one class, means in first demonstration class, just we discussed what is React.js. Okay. So once again, I'm giving you the brief idea about this concept. React.js. So here it is open source library. JavaScript. So React.js is nothing but here the open source library of JavaScript. So already I discussed these points. In web applications, we are using this React.js. In websites, we have two types of scriptings. If we take the coding area, we have two types of codings here. One is client-side coding. Next one is server-side coding. Okay. Like that, we have two types of scriptings in web applications. Okay. Now, if you take this React.js, okay, so React.js is client-side script. Okay. React.js is not in React.js, JavaScript also. If you take here, this scripts comes under, okay. Client-side. The client-side script means that script is executing in browser. Server-side script is executing in web server. Yes, yeah. These two scripts are very compulsory to implement web pages. So UI developers are working with client-side coding. Server-side programmers are working with server-side coding. That is the concept. Is it clear? Yes. Anyhow, we have two types of scriptings. One is client-side, another one is server-side. React.js is a client-side script. Yeah. Implemented by Jordan. Okay. So the basic version is 2013. So Mr. Jordan work implemented this React.js and the original version of this React.js is 2013. Means in basic version 1.0 is implemented in 2013. Okay. Yeah. So here 1.0 implemented in year of 2013. Right now 18.0 is available here. Okay. So 18.1, 2, 3 like that. There's some versions also available. So client-side script we are using to apply dynamic functionalities and HTML controls, and next one validations point of view, etc. Okay, now here client side this we can use to apply dynamic functionalities on HTML. That's the first point. Second point, to validate input. Okay. Yeah, text box button. So not button, text box, radio button, drop down is dialog box. These are all validations you can perform by using this React to execute some logics in browser. Okay. Yes, in browser point of view, you want to execute some logics, some programming concepts. Okay. So then also we are taking the support of this client-side scripts. So in this point of view, the performance and output of client-side scripts very faster than server-side scripts. Is it clear? Yes. Because client-side script is executing in browser, means user can see the result very fast. Server-side script is executing in web server. This clear? Server-side script is executing in web server. That's why it will take some time to get the result. So in output point of view, client-side script output is very faster than server-side script. Okay. So for this client-side coding, initially we used it to work with JavaScript. Initially, we used to work with JavaScript. But these days, we are taking the next level technologies of JavaScript like React, and next one Angular, etc., etc. So what are the functionalities we can do with these client-side scripts? If you ask me, then already I told you these points. Next one here, to work with Ajax. Yes. So in order to work with Ajax, also we're taking the support of this React.js. Okay. So not only React.js here, client-side point of different technologies are there, but popular one is React.js. All companies using React.js to implement the logics of client side. Is this clear? Yes. This is about this concept now. So once again, if you observe this, React.js is a client side script and it is implemented by Jordan Walkie. Actually, what is the reason behind this implementation? Why they implemented this? Initially, in Facebook, to work with the chatting application. Yes, to work with the chat application Facebook, they implemented this. Later, they released it as open source client says. Then everyone started working with this React.js. Okay. Yes. Now already existing technology is there. That is JavaScript. Okay. Compare with the JavaScript, what are the more advantages we have in React.js? So these points also I shared with you. Okay, just a little bit overview I'm giving about this. Features of React. Yeah, I discussed some points about this concept. Do you remember? Tell me what are some features. If you remember, you can share with me. Yeah, I told you some points about this. Okay.
Single page application supports
This
mobile function, hybrid mobile apps function.
single page application. Next one, React Native supports the hybrid mobile applications. Any more points you can share? Okay, fine. So here we have many features in this React compared with JavaScript. Okay, so what are the additional features we have? One is data binding. Okay, yes. So the first one, if you take here, data binding concept. What is data binding? So we can bind data. Data means nothing but here variable. Okay. Yes. We can bind the variable with HTML control. So what is the use of this binding? Yeah. Whenever the variable value is modified, okay, then directly that output will display on the HTML control because that variable we are binding with HTML control. Is it clear? Yes. That is data binding. But in JavaScript, every time we need to execute our code to access the updated value of variable and display on the HTML control. For example, one variable username is there or something like price, amount price is there. Okay, that price I'm displaying on the paragraph, HTML paragraph. Is it clear? Then in case that price value is updated, paragraph will not display the modified value. By default, paragraph will not display the modified value. Again, we need to call a function to to read that price variable and display on the paragraph. That function we are creating manually. It is clear. But if we take this data binding concept, the data binding means one link we are providing between that variable and that output control. Output control may be paragraph or heading tag or any control you can take here. Yes, we are creating a link between that variable and output control. The main advantage is directly that control, okay, will update with the modifications of variable. That's the concept of data binding. Next one here, yeah, it told single page application. We can also call it as routing concept. The same single page application we are also calling as routing concept. So what the benefit of this routing concept here? See, in server means, for example, if you take any website, okay, so in every website we are creating many pages, web pages, okay, like home page, about us, contact us, like that we are creating many web pages. Now, when user click on this hyperlinks, home hyperlink, about hyperlink, like that, so every time we are sending a request to the server and getting the response from server. That's the procedure which we are using. Okay, but if you take this single page application, all the templates initially loading into the client's memory location. Okay, all the pages initially loading into the client's memory location. From there, we are getting the output. Means every time, no need to send any request to the server. That's the concept of this. Is this clear? Yes. So it reduces the network traffic and increases the performance of application. So I will explain you how to work with this data binding and single page application. All these concepts we'll discuss. But before that, what are the benefits we have in this React.js compared with JavaScript? That concept we are discussing. Okay. Yes. So the next point is supports many validators. Yes. This supporting many validators. Validation point of view, we are using this validators here. Number of predefined validators are available for us to validate the controls here. Okay. So different types of validators it is providing for us. Okay. Next one. Supports MVC pattern. Yes. To design the applications, we are using model view controller pattern. So this pattern helps us to reuse the logics in different templates. Okay. So this pattern is not supporting by not only this pattern, JavaScript. First of all, JavaScript is not supporting any pattern, but here it is supporting that MVC pattern. Clear? Yes. Next. Supports JSX format. Yeah, JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Okay, this React is working based on the JSX format. So what is the advantage of this JSX? Okay, yeah, directly we can place HTML script inside the JavaScript. That's the main advantage. So if you take HTML inside JavaScript, normally it is not supporting. A simple output I will show you for more clarity. Save this file. One HTML program I am creating. Demo2.html. So there script open tag. The simple message alert. Alert is used to display message box. Welcome to React. Something I have given. and go to this body tag. In this body, just I want to take one text box and button. Input type is equal to text box I'm taking. So I created it on desktop. So it displays welcome to React, means JavaScript is executed, and text box also displays like this. So now here you are executing some logic. That logic result you want to display in the text box. For that, if you write this input statement after this logic, okay, then first of all, the script is not executing. Okay, so it displays the error. JavaScript errors you want to see, go to the right click and inspect. There you can go with that. This console. So it displays the error message like uncaught syntax error. Yes. So like that, directly if you want to place HTML script inside the JavaScript, by default, it is not supporting. Okay, but React is doing that favor for us. React is doing that favor for us. So in React, we can directly place the HTML script inside the JavaScript. This type of supporting is there. Is this clear? Yes. So next one supports React Native to implement, yes, so cross mobile apps. Yeah. So React Native is supporting here. Okay. The React Native we are using to implement the cross mobile applications. So cross mobile applications means what is that? A single mobile application supports any device like mobile, desktop. Next one here in mobile also different mobiles here like Android mobile, iOS mobile, like that. So generally, if you take native technologies, okay, these native technologies support that specific mobile. For example, Android. If you take, so we can use this to implement the Android applications, right? Yeah. So like that here for iOS, separate software is there. For Microsoft Mobile, separate software is there to create the apps. But here React Native is a common technology to create one application which can run under any type of mobile phone. So that is the main advantage of this React. Yes, yeah. Next one. See this. Supports. Okay. So Redux concept. So Redux we are using for state management. So state management, that word some students may have idea, but some of them are new for the state management. So this state management we are using to transfer the data from one web page to another web page inside the application. So in this point of view, we are using the support of React, that Redux concept. Redux it is supporting here. The Redux is very powerful. Actually, different types of state management objects are there, like cookies, sessions, etc. But compare with these all objects, Redux is very, very powerful. Okay, how to work with the Redux, I will explain to you. But we don't discuss native concepts here. Okay, so in this class, we don't discuss the React native concepts. Remaining all we are discussing. And this is completely React.js patch to implement the web applications, not to implement the mobile applications. Got it. Next one here. virtual DOM. Yes. See, in our websites, we are creating the HTML templates. For every template, one DOM is creating. DOM is nothing but memory location for HTML template. Okay. So every HTML template contains DOM object. So if you do any modifications in the browser, then every time DOM is updating. But by default, how the DOM is updating? So it is not updating only that modified area. Entire DOM is recreating, okay, and getting the updates there. So it is complex procedure because every time a simple modification, if DOM is recreating, it takes much time. Yes. So that's why here, so at the time of updating the web applications, slowly it is taking some time because of this DOM recreation. So further, the better solution they provided in React.js, that is nothing but virtual DOM. They introduced virtual DOM concept here, means one duplicate DOM object they're creating. And if you do any modification in the browser, like if you modify the text box value or button value or any other modifications in browser, then what is happening here? So that virtual DOM is recognizing those modifications and it is applying those modifications in the physical DOM, means original DOM. Means instead of recreating the DOM again and again, it is modifying that particular area, that is entire process taking care by virtual DOM. Okay, that entire process is taking care by virtual DOM. So that is the concept of this. Yes. Yeah. So it is very, very helpful. Even this type of scenario is not available in Angular. Okay, so Angular is also not supporting this type of virtual DOM concept. So that's why, honestly, if you want to say, in performance point of view, okay, React is faster than Angular. Okay, yes. One of the main reasons is nothing but virtual DOM. It is clear. And a learning point of view also, if you take, React is simple than Angular because React is completely JavaScript based. Angular is completely TypeScript based. Okay. The JavaScript is very simple program. That's the main concept of this. Okay. Yeah. It supports virtual DOM concept, like that many validators are available. Okay. And data binding concept, mainly simple coding. Coding is very, very simple than JavaScript because predefined libraries to work with any type of functionality available here. Okay, directly we can use these libraries in our application. So these are the main features which we have to work with this React.js. Okay, compared with the JavaScript. Yes, so that's why nowadays, okay, in companies to implement the client-side script, instead of JavaScript, they are using the next level technologies of JavaScript. Those are nothing but React, Angular, etc. These type of next level technologies they are using in companies to work with this client-side coding. Yes, yeah. I guess you're clear with this concept. Yes. Any queries, any questions you have, you can ask me now. So this is the backup which I given to the last class. Okay. Now we are slowly entering into the concepts. Before that, so one simple use case I will explain to you where we are using these client-side scripts. What the exact use of these client-side scripts in this point of view. In this point of view, a simple use case I will discuss with you. Okay. Yes. Now, first of all, if you take these client-side scripts, okay. So I told you in web applications as well as we're also using in mobile applications. Okay. One use case I'm taking, that is login form. Yeah. If you take this login form, okay. In this login form, we have different types of implementations. So first step, if you take here, design form. Next one, validations. Next one, send username password to server. Okay, sending that username and password to server. Next one here, in server we are checking, check username, password, valid or invalid. We are checking that one. So these are valid values or invalid values. Okay, next one. Redirect to either welcome or invalid. Yes. Yeah, these are the steps which we have to work with this login concept. Okay. Yes. So if we observe this scenario, yes, yeah. In this, first of all, we have to design the form. For that, we are taking the support of some technologies like HTML, CSS, like that. Mostly designers will concentrate in this point of view. They will create that design forms and they will send these forms to the UA department. Okay. Now here, next step is validations. In this validations, client-side script we are using here. Okay. So what the client-side script, in old days we used to work with JavaScript, and in these days we are using React or any other next level technology of JavaScript. Is it clear? Yes. So here we are taking the support of React. Next one, sending the data to server. If you take this concept, so there we are taking the support of Ajax. That is also client-side technology we are using to create the Ajax objects. There we are taking the support of React. And once you send the data to server, then what the next step? We are validating in server mission. Okay. So for that, we are taking the support of server-side script. Actually, this is not our role. Server-side programmer will come into the picture and he will validate. For that, different technologies are available here. JSP, servlets, ASP, PHP, etc. etc. Okay. So the next step is redirect to the welcome or invalid page. Okay. Yes. In this point of view, to redirect this welcome or invalid page based on the result, server side result, we valid user, then welcome page. Otherwise, invalid page. There also we are taking the support of client side script. Nothing but here React we are using. Yes. Like that, in this scenario, okay, many locations we are using React. Here, second step, third step, and last step. Is this clear? Yes. So in single registration point of view, we are using in 3 different areas. Every concept contains all these steps. That's why this React usage is very, very high these days. Okay. And not only React, client side. I mean, client side usage is very, very demanding. Okay. Yes. So like that, we are working on these concepts here. Okay. At the time of working on the client side areas, we are taking the support of this React. I will explain you how to connect with the database and how to send a request to the API services of server side. So here I will discuss with Node.js. So if you have idea on this Java or .NET, so instead of Node.js, you can call that Java.NET API services. Okay. Yes. So like that, all these concepts we are discussing here. So anyhow, what the prerequisite is to learn this React.js. Okay, the main area is JavaScript. Yes. So once you clear with the JavaScript, then only we can easily work with the React.js. Without idea on JavaScript, it is very difficult to work with this React.js. compulsory JavaScript knowledge is required in this point of view. It is clear. It is very, very compulsory to have knowledge on JavaScript. Okay. So that's why, first of all, I'm starting the concepts with JavaScript only. So once JavaScript is completed, then only I will start the React.js concept. Got it? Yes. So the prerequisite is to learn this React.js is nothing but JavaScript. So in JavaScript, advanced JavaScript is very, very important for you. It is clear? Advanced JavaScript like hoisting and asynchronous programming, closures, prototypes, okay, and ECMAScript concepts. In this ECMAScript 6th version, many concepts they introduce like let, next one class, okay, and next one here symbol, like the different types of REST, okay, spread operator. All these concepts are very, very important. Binding concepts are important here. So that's why here JavaScript point of view, advanced JavaScript is required for you. I will discuss advanced JavaScript, then only I will start the React concepts. So in React, okay, we are also discussing how to integrate the Bootstrap and how to integrate with the server-side API services, connecting with the database, okay. And next one here, how to perform the CRUD operations, and along with that, our concepts like single page application, data binding, okay, higher order component, okay, routings, all these concepts we are discussing. So just you have some questions like what is the duration of this course, okay. So it will take 60 days to close this course, okay, because we are discussing the JavaScript also, that's why, okay. So it takes some more time. And next point is, this is our regular timing. Timings will not change, 7 to 8, our regular timing, okay. And the initial 4 classes I will take 45 minutes like that only. So after that, demos will close and link will be changed. Then I will spend much time with you. This is the basic information about this, okay. And in technical point of view also I discuss what is React, okay, and what are the features we have, and one use case also discussed, okay. Now here, if you work with the React, what is your job role, okay. So you becomes as UI developer. So if you are working with HTML and CSS, like SAS, okay, syntactical awesome style sheet, Bootstrap, so you will become as designer, okay. If you work with React, Angular, then UA developer will become as UA developer. If you are working with ASP, PHP, JSP, like that, then programmer will become as programmer. So if you are having idea on both, okay, front end plus server side code, then full stack programmer, their database is also required for you. You should have some knowledge on the database, okay. Yes, now here if you take what is our role, you will become as UI developer after learning this React or any other UI technologies like Vue.js, okay, or Backbone.js, Angular, etc. If you have idea on any server-side script along with this React, then you will become as full stack programmer. Yes, and here main stack is also there. So this is also highly demand now. Main stack means that is also full stack programming only, but server side we don't use Java.NET, JSP or ASP, PHP. So there we are using Node.js. And the database also we are using MongoDB. Yes, yeah. So M stands for MongoDB. E stands for Express.js. What is Express.js? Express.js is nothing but the framework of Node.js. Yes, Express.js is the framework of Node.js. And R stands for React, N stands for Node. Okay, so this combination is also highly demanded now. Okay, anyhow, first you should have idea on the React, then only you can go with that combination here if you want, or else you want to work with as UI developer only, then React is enough to you to work with that concept. Okay, yes. So anyhow, your job role is UI developer now. Once you get job on this React. Okay, yes. Now we are starting our discussions with JavaScript. Okay, so first I will explain you JavaScript concepts. So after that JavaScript only we are starting the React.js concepts. So that's why here from next class I am starting the JavaScript concepts. Now you have any doubts in technical point of view, course point of view, you can ask me. Any questions you want to ask, you can ask me. Yes, today I repeated the last class concepts. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, I will start the programming. Okay, so before that, just I will give you some little bit idea on HTML also. HTML, all of you know, or some people may don't have idea, but in HTML, types of controls is very important for us. Okay, first I will explain that concept in tomorrow class. After that only I will start the JavaScript concept. HTML concept, no need to give that much, okay, time for this HTML. So mainly what is container, what is block level element, these type of concepts initially we'll discuss. Okay, once you clear with this concept, then only we are discussing the JavaScript concepts. After that, we will start the React.js. Okay, yes. Now, any queries you have, okay, you can ask me or you can send me the chat message. Okay, so Chinmaya supports MVT. Okay, see, MVT is model view template. Okay, here we are working with controller based architecture actually. Okay, so controllers we are creating here. So model view template means template we are writing separately, and that template we are calling into model layer, that is in Django. Okay, so here we are using JSX format. That's why directly we can include this JSX means the template, everything inside the JavaScript. In JavaScript, we are creating the components. With this component, we are using this template designing. So it comes under model view controller. So that mechanism we are using here. Okay. Yes. It is very simpler than MVT because so direct the result of logics we can place on the HTML templates. Okay. So it supports controller based architecture. It is very easy to place the logics of JavaScript, means coding logics and HTML elements. That is the point of this. I will explain you how to work with this controller based architecture, everything. Okay. Yes. Any other queries you people have?
Sir, can we know your background, like what role you play in what company and what you basically do, except apart from teaching as React?
Yeah, so definitely I will tell my background here. Okay. So I completed MCA. After that, I joined in Keen India. Okay, with the .NET technology. Okay, at the same time, I joined in Narration Technologies as a faculty in part-time. Okay, there I handled .NET, PHP, Angular, okay, React, these technologies, UI technologies. I worked there up to 2017, 16 end. Okay, around 8 years I worked there. And in between, I started my company, that is Relax IT Labs. Okay, around 6 to 7 years back, I started. 6 to 7 years back, I started that company. There, I'm working with my employees. Okay, with these applications like web applications. Okay, so next one, mobile apps also, career crafter and sswall.org. Okay, next one, Poppy SMS we implemented. Okay, like that, different kind of web applications we are working on that company. And at the same time, right now I'm working with one Bangalore-based software company. Okay, so recently I shifted from Affluent Global Services to that company. Before that, I worked on Affluent Global Services as the under the payrolls of Affluent Global Services. I worked to the Microsoft. Okay, now I am working with Bangalore-based company that is Thought Focus. Okay, there I am working as front-end developer and QA analyst also I'm working there. So just to design the architecture, everything, okay, planning point of I'm working that company in front end technologies. Around, I think, 11 years career is completed for me. Okay. Yeah, I am from Andhra. Okay. This is about my career background. Next, any technical doubts you have? Yeah, you got that clarity, right? Who asked me this question? Ajay? Who is this? Okay. Now, any other queries we have? Okay, fine.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, my question is,
Karishma, tell me.
where we can find this recording so that we can, if we want to revise later, then.
The initial 4 recordings, demo class recordings are available in the YouTube channel. Okay. So 4 to 5 recordings. Once the link is changed, the payment link, okay, then I will provide the recordings to your mail IDs. The current recordings are available in YouTube channel. You can contact Durgasoft front office. Okay, the Durgasoft front office, they will provide the recordings, everything to you. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. In next class, I will discuss that. I will start the JavaScript before that with a little bit introduction of HTML concepts. See you next class. Can leave now. Thank you.
Sir, do we have to, I mean, I learned this JavaScript long back, like more than 5 years back. Maybe I have forgotten most of it. So should I brush up the syntax and everything, basics, loops, conditional statements, how do we declare variables, all that before we start? Or are you going to cover that as well?
I will cover everything here. Okay. I will cover everything here. Okay. 5 years back means many concepts. Okay. So generators like that, these concepts are very basic concepts that time. Okay. So that's why here the thing is ECMAScript, right now ECMAScript 2021 is available. Based on that, many concepts they introduced here. Okay. So that's why I will cover those concepts. No need to worry about JavaScript.
Okay, sir.
Bye. So see you in tomorrow class. You can leave now. Thank you.